my mic was on this whole time, but I don't think I was saying anything, so hopefully I didn't embarrass myself. Hopefully. How is everyone today? Let me know if the music's too loud. I need to... Ooh. It's very hard to ever remember what is an appropriate volume and what is not. But here we are. Here we are. I have so many things open. Holy moly. Let's just close a few of those. And then get this open. You'd think I would have taken some of this time to, like, you know, organize my tabs and stuff. But I didn't. So here we are. So I did actually get this done. Doors should have different opening and closing sounds. This one, I don't know why, it's just like haunting me. I don't want to do it. So I'm not. I'm gonna throw it back for now. Oh, I did make this actually happen. That is fixed. I did do that. That's cool. All right. So I'm just kind of looking through here, trying to figure out what I want to be doing next. The next, like, big thing that I want to be doing is probably one of these three. The permission system, yeah, permissions between levels. That one's definitely probably the most important, is actually starting getting these abilities in some form. Ooh, wow, it's been 3 months.
Car Race has just subscribed for 3 months.
That's pretty awesome, Garzest. I know my wife started working on little locks, for like upper tier locks, and I guess I gotta get doing that now because you've been here for 3 months, and so you get the fancier lock now, not just the basic lock, but a fancy lock. You know, you're still locked in, but you're like, you get nicer chains now. You get like slightly better accommodations because you've stayed here longer and you believed my lie. Yeah, I'm just looking at what's next. So I guess, I don't know if you were here for the last few minutes, but I have, you can actually see it on mine. I have this in Steam, which is pretty cool. But this is just because I'm the developer and they give me access. Like, you can get access to this so you can test that everything works. But I can actually, like, boot the game from here and it plays. And that feels so fun. I don't, like, It's probably a thing that like just matters to me, but I love it because it just feels so cool to have my game on a Steam page like this. It's pretty cool. But it's in approval. I'm actually gonna have. This is what I'm like. I have the SOS Planet. It's not showing anything here because nothing's published, I think. So if I go to Steam Powered, yeah, it doesn't show anything. But basically, once this gets approved, the build gets approved, then I'm gonna publish everything. Cause I want to wait to make sure that the playtest is available, because I really want, when I like go to every place that I'm gonna talk to people about this, I want to be able to push them to the Steam page, and then also like have them have access to the playtest, right? Because I think a lot of time, like being able to play the game will make such a big difference on people like wanting to wishlist and look at it and follow it and stuff. So, so that's something I'm gonna be doing. Now, I'm just trying to figure out for the next kind of like what we call sprints in the industry, but like the next milestone, what do I want to be adding in? I think I'm gonna have to do this inventory thing. But with that, I'm probably gonna make add storage container in player base, which I already have the code tech behind. I just need to actually make something that I can place it in and have like transfer like logic and a screen to handle the swapping of items. But I think I'm gonna have to do that. I think I can't have an infinite inventory. It also allows me to make upgrades to increase inventory size. Up the grades. Up the grades. Look away, KRSS. It's fixed. Don't worry. I caught that one at least. But yeah, it does feel real now. And then I'm gonna make the permission system. Greetings, British Viking. How are you doing? I'm almost on Steam, counting the days. I'm almost a second parent to a second child, so any moment now I could be requested to have to leave. Just so you guys know. But maybe not. Maybe we'll just get a nice good streaming. Did you forget what planet you're on? Because you might be on a forgotten planet. But I'm doing pretty good. I also just woke up, but if you're in Britain, I assume in like the UK zone, it's pretty late to wake up, eh? Or were you just up really late doing something? Because, I mean, I just woke up and it's early, but it's 4:45 where I am in the morning. And I feel like because you're British Viking, you must be a little bit closer to that. I think I do want to add this. I'm just trying to figure out all the things I need to add for the next system. This guy, I'm gonna say, not for now, thanks. I keep in my brain like wanting it, and then I dream of how I could maybe make it work. But it's not happening right now. just trying to figure out what are the other needed things. I'm wondering if I should just do the translation system sooner. It probably is better to do sooner rather than later. Basically, the change I'm gonna have to do is make every like piece of text I have go through like an ID, and then do that instead of having the normal text just straight. Because if I do eventually want to translate this, it's going to be much more of a pain if I wait to do that until later. At least if I set it all up, even if it's only English support right now, then at least I'll have all the keys and everything, and then I'll just get somebody to translate it later. You're up to 2 a.m., went to bed again at 7. Went to bed and up again at 7 to take girlfriend to work. Came back and went to bed from 9:30. I assume you went back to bed, not heed, from 9:30 to 11. Don't worry. Karazes knows. I'm flush with spelling mistakes. I don't think Karazes even is like. Karazes, is your first language English? I assume if you're like from Finland, probably it wasn't. But somehow you're much better at it than us English speakers. I might include this. This might be kind of part of the Mission System 2.0. It's like you take for granted your first language or something. Yeah. I also try to type too fast, and I always hit enter before thinking. Like I need to like start getting better at like typing and then like looking at the message and then clicking enter. But I'm like type, oh, this is my message, enter. And then I'm like, oh god, what did I just write? And then I have to like do the stars on like 5 different things that I've written in chats. But yeah. All right. I cried at English lessons in school. Oh man, you do not want to see how bad I was at French. I went through French immersion, which I don't know if other places have similar program things, but basically in Canada, we have this optional like program you can do, and you basically spend 80% of your classes in like pure French, which is an interesting thing to do when you're not at all in a French-speaking part of the world. I'm not on the Quebec side of Canada. But yeah, you basically have all your classes in French for a long time, and they supposedly are meant to teach you French. But I got through it. I mean, I think I got a B, but it was just barely a B. It was rough. I'm not even that good at English, and French, no, it's not any better. Still nightmares. There's like, I don't know if you guys know French at all, but there's like all the verbs that they have in French, and when I'm trying to find this up, when you have tests in French, they always will ask about all of the what is it? like they'll put a phrase, and then they'll have the verb blanked out. And then you have to choose one of four possibles. Like, so instead of like, it would have been I blank to the store, and you would be like, you have to do I ran or I run or I running. Like those would be like the three options. And obviously, as like English, it's kind of easy. I ran to the store, right? Like this kind of, you won't be I running to the store or I run to the store. I mean, maybe that one's possible, but most likely it's ran. But I would never understand those ones. I would get like 40% of those ones right. And it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Okay, so this system has a localization system. I'm wondering if I should try to be using that. I'm just trying to look it up though. Why is... Oh, this is the actual script, not the actual manager. Where are you? Manager thing. Okay, so this is localization. Open localization settings. Okay. For some reason they support 4 already, but yeah, English is our go-to one here. Oh, interesting. So you can have localized sprites and everything. Fancy. Oh, so you have to do this as like in a table. Interesting. So if I go export to let's make another folder in here. Okay. So now if I go out here to this thing, we have localization. Wait, they just have a pure text file? This isn't like a... I would have expected this to be like a CSV or something that you would, not just a text file. That is weird. Because then you have to import it back. Weird. And then you select it back. Interesting. Okay. How scalable is that? I mean, it's not bad. The only thing I might just look into, so there's this option, but then there's also Unity has like a localization thing. I'm just wondering if I should just use theirs instead. Yeah, Google Sheets. That's probably better. I do need to have addressables, which I've been probably delaying using, but it's like a different like packaging system. So yeah, I've entered 5 incorrect spelling in an entirely wrong word, a word that could get me banned. Oh no. Yeah. It would be unfortunate. I think I'm going to use this one because obviously Unity has a bit more support for this. And then I know it. We're going to look at some documentation. You guys going to die with me? Because you use string localization, yep. Asset localization, use a different asset, such as text amount audio file based on locale. Yeah, before adding your feature, add export localization. Okay. Or it's a quick start guide. Okay. So you create a localization setting in there. All right. Create locales. Locales represent regions. They determine which language you are localizing your application to, and localize it's just to open locale generator. Navigate to the localization settings menu. Yada da da da. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Choose the default locale. Seems reasonable. Still importing things. Okay. In the assets table, select the new table collection. Select which locales you want to generate tables for. In the table dropdown, select asset table collection. In the name field, give the collection a name. Create and choose the directory to create the assets. So I guess this is like a specific section so you can kind of organize localization to like, hey, this is the store localization stuff, and this is the dialogues localization, just to keep things organized. Hey, Fox Hollow, how goes it? A table contains a key field and a value field for each locale. Unity uses the key field to identify the localized asset. For this tutorial, name the key country flag and use the plus button to add a key entry. Okay. Okay. And then use the localized asset. There are multiple ways for Unity to access a localized asset. This tutorial uses the components provided by the localization system. You don't need to worry any scripts. Use a raw image component in the scene. You'll need a Unity UI package installed in the project to use raw image. Yeah. Okay, and then localize. It adds a new component called localized texture. Cool. Oh, and you can actually drop down, select. Oh, that's so cool. Fun. And you can swap it. Oh, wow. Yeah, Unity's one is way better. Holy moly. You can even edit it in there. Yeah. This will be good. But not quite sleepy enough. Yeah, I mean it's like 8 o'clock your time or something, isn't it? Well, are you only 2 hours ahead of me? I can't remember. But it's more reasonable hours for you. But I guess baby might have kept you up, so maybe not so reasonable. Ooh. Down tape and then type drop down, select string table collection in the name field, give the collection name. Yeah, so there's this smart string thing, which is interesting. In this example, we will use smart string reflection and plural features to print out a variable and form a following script. Okay, so enter the following values. English, global player name has apple component dot apple count, plural, an apple, apples. Ah, that is so cool. So they have a way of putting in basically um, if you have a single apple, it'll come out as just an apple, and then otherwise it'll come out as number of apples. That is so fancy. Oh, are you only 1 hour ahead of me then? Oh. Well, I've been up since 4, so haha. No, it's not. It's not a context. But yeah, it's the only time Karazis gets to watch you is when you're up because baby woke you up. This is really cool though. You can like define global, I guess, values. Yeah, my name is. Interesting. Okay. Use string table entries. So, add a UI text. Localize. Okay. Plus the plus button in the local variables field. Select object reference and drag the apples component into the object reference slot. Name the variable apple component. Oh, okay. Yes, you smart. Then you are able to local variables. So you drag that thing in, and you must be able to define. Because this was, I guess, what you wrote a script, right? Apple count. But how does apple count link to that? Because that obviously then maps into here, right? Apple component. Oh, Apple component, right? Okay, so this is the whole script it's referencing. Dot apple count. So that's how we can reference it. That's cool. That's very, very cool. That's very, very cool. So the addressables content must be built in order to be used localized actions in the player. This can be done through the addressables window in Window Asset Manager. Neat. Cool. Is this installed yet? I think so. Do I have addressables then too? Did it automatically install that too, or? I assume so. Otherwise, I probably have some issues. Okay, yeah, there we go. Interesting. You're gonna start winning that contest soon? We'll see. My first child was like a miracle child for the first 3 months. After the first week, he would. Oh no, now you're not even listening to my amazing story. So I'll wait. I'll wait for you to clean that poop. Oh, that's poop. Be right back. All right. Okay. So, 1 second. So I'm disabling that one. But what I want to do is now we go to project settings, and then there's like supposedly a localization section. Yes. Sweet. Okay. I would like to create a localization settings. An asset. Okay. I guess configs probably is the data. Sure. Let's put it there. And then locale generator. Let's at least get English, and I'll put French in there because that's the only one I kind of have some context of. If it's right or not. Oh, we have the correct one. Okay, so let's go data. Let's actually create a new folder then. My wife just texted me. Two things. So, first thing is that when I put my kid down yesterday night, because he's been doing this thing where in the early morning he wakes up and then cries for us. He'll like run to the door of his bedroom, and so sometimes he falls back to sleep, but sometimes he doesn't. So if he doesn't, then we go get him. But he'll just like fall asleep at the front of the door. So then yesterday night, I put a pillow like by the front of the door. And so it seemed to have worked that he just then fell asleep on that pillow. So I always feel bad about him sleeping on the floor, but even though he probably doesn't care that much, but you know, I think it's just cute that he's fallen asleep and he's used my pillow that I gave him. It's a small little pillow. And then the other thing was I made myself a coffee today, and I supposedly made myself the wrong coffee. And I've been drinking that coffee, and I didn't even realize that it was hazelnut flavored until my wife texted me that it was hazelnut flavored. And then I tasted it. I was like, oh, it does taste weird. That is kind of weird. Eh. Oh, well, I guess I'm drinking hazelnut coffee today. Oh, the first story is like that, trying to trick you into having more. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, if one was so good, how could the next one not be, right? It's just so simple. So supposedly now I have some localization thingies. So I should move this into the localization folder. So I have localization settings, and then I have English, which I assume I look at like this. All right, cool. All right, sweet. Okay, so yeah, after the first week, he would just sleep through the night for like 6 months. After about 6 months, he started to like occasionally wake up here and there, but the first like 6 months, he was just wonderful. We'd feed him, we'd put him to sleep at like 7. He would wake up at like 6 maybe or 7, and he was wonderful. He is a wonderful child. And he's starting to like put. Oh, he does this really cute thing. This is like adorable. just gonna talk about my kid now instead of working. This is probably not productive, but hey, it's what it is. He'll like say goodbye to people when they're leaving, and then he'll be like, bye people, or bye kid, or bye like bike if they're on a bike or something. And then when they say goodbye back, he says, I cute. And then everyone will say like, yes, you are cute. But it's just so adorable. And he just like, it's just like this random word that he says now when he's saying goodbye to people. He's just like, I cute. Because he is very cute and adorable. And he knows it, I guess. But, yeah. All right. Okay, so I have these things. I forgot, I guess, when I read this. How do I add a table again? Okay, so there's a window called localization tables. Yeah, so I guess just specific locale selector. Let's just go to the settings there and make sure that's code English. Okay. Then what were they showing here? Okay, wait, so oh, here. Okay, so specific. Okay, so English is the specific one. Okay. And then so the next thing we did, or we're supposed to do, is create an asset table. So window, asset management, localization tables. Okay. That's what I was confused about. Asset management, localization tables. Okay, so you can have a string table and an asset table. Interesting. Okay. I guess we'll call this like core game table. I don't know. And let's throw that in. What is an addressables asset data? I guess I can't look at that right now, but I'm just gonna put it in data again in localization. Select folder. Never used this addressable system, so I'm gonna be flying by the seat of my pants for this one, but just got localization tables here. Okay. Okay. And then say, oh hell, that baby stunks. Okay, well, let's just go into the screen manager and I guess do some stuff for anything that's in here. I think for the HUD, there's really only in the interact text. Now, eventually I'm going to have to figure out what the control set of E is. But man, so I'll call this press key to interact, right? And so this would be press E2. Now, it probably needs to be able to swap E with something. So it might need to be one of these like smart fields. But then I would need to have somewhere here some context to know that actually that's the E key. You know? For now, I'm just going to leave that as press ET. I'm not going to write what I think is the French version of this. It's just not going to be anything. It's going to be fine. It needs to be added later. I'm not good at French. I never was. Okay. But anyway, so we'll do that, and then what we do is supposedly in this we go localize text string, press key to interact. Okay. And supposedly that's all we have to do. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little system. Okay. Now, obviously, the other screens are not going to be as easy as that one. The question is, like, how much do I need to do now, or just do I... do I maybe just start using this going forward? Oh god, that is horrible looking. I can probably just start using that going forward, and then I just, anytime I make something new, I use that, and then if I... Yeah, so anytime I make something new that's a text file, I'll just use that, and then eventually I'll come back and do anything that's probably old, but maybe I'll just try to do this, for example. Morse code info. And then I think this also can get localized. Yeah. Right. Right here. And then Morse code info. Sweet. And then copy this. Add a new entry. Morse code details. You see, it's info details. I wonder if I'm supposed to like do the slashes to organize these a bit better, but yeah, I guess I'll deal with that later. Did I already click the localize? No. Localize. Alright, cool. Well, at least now I know how I have the system in place. And so as I'm making stuff, I'll have this ready to go. I'm not gonna go through every single thing at this time. I think it just doesn't make much sense to do that. There's a lot of things that I already have, and I don't want to like have to do that all right now. The only thing I kind of want to know is from this thing. I just want to know, is there scripting? Update the localized string. Might need to update. I'm just trying to figure out like if I can call to get a value. Sometimes you might need to update a localized string, such as when you use smart strings arguments since they have changed. To calling get localized string with the arguments always updates the string. When you use the string changed event, you can use to request an update. My string, refresh string, localized text. Okay, so that refreshes it. Okay. I guess. I don't know if that's really what I... Oh, okay, so this is like, it's a serialized class that you can define. Take new localized state string. Translated value. It's kind of weird that you have to do this flow to get the value. Yeah, get look. Okay, there we go. Thing is loading, which may cause a pause the first loading. Okay. The example shows how to localize a scriptable object. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's simple enough. Yeah, so you just replace a bunch of string. Anytime I had a string, I just replace it now with this localized string asset. Which is actually not that hard to do, seemingly. Might make what are we like stuff that I have in resources right now, like these things, right? I'll eventually have to change those to localized values, which it might be better just do that now because I'm going to add more items and I probably don't want to have to redo all the items later. So let's at least do that part and then we'll then I'll give the other stuff a break because I think upgrade store I probably also have to do something. So I have title overrides, I just don't know if I use any of them. Seems like no. So those ones are easy. I can just replace that quickly. But yeah, let's go to these guys. Let's fix those guys up, and then we'll go from there. Because then at least I know I kind of set things up correctly. Like, I guess I should have a localized sprite as well. Potentially, yeah. Public. So we go using. I can't remember if it's localization. No, it's Unity Engine localization, probably. Yeah. Then we go localized. Sprite. All right. Okay. So I don't want to delete these ones yet because obviously you have values, and so I might just do this for now, and then localized display name. It should be localized stringy, and then there should be a localized description. Need to change there so it's nicer. Description. All right. Okay. So if I just save that, recompile, see what that looks like. I probably want to create a new table, which is specifically for items. Okay, so now I'm going to have an items table. Create. Again, we'll go to data, localization, folder. Then I'm going to also make an assets table for items. Item sprites, I'll just call it. Again, go to data, go to localization, go folder. Okay. So now I have all these set up. And then I go into this. And we are able to select stuff. I wonder if you can I just like select a sprite, or do you actually have to select a table entry? Seems like you kind of have to. Use fallback. Yeah, so I can do the fallback and then you only create one, but okay. So bandages. Oh, this is the string table. Okay, well. I guess I'll just do all of the I could do the whole smart thing for these. Let me just check that again. So how did I... smart strings. Smart format every time, but how do we choose? Right, so that's always though expecting a value. Um, okay. I'm just trying to find. Mm. So the thing is, they always take them in context of like a full sentence. But what I want to do is instead. String editor, but yeah, it's like if I wanted to make this a smart one, I would need to have like a plural option and a bandages, but like I don't know if I define that on this level or not. That's the thing I'm not sure of. So obviously if I'm picking up one sedative, I should have the S, but then that doesn't actually get positioned here. It gets positioned in a different thing when I actually go and pick up the item, right? So if I go item, pick up. Right, so it'd be this, which I'd have to format. It's just taking the name, but it's not even taking I guess I would have to put the arguments in this. Every single time I use the name, I would have to put in the argument of should it be plural or not. Because this would be... Well, it's not even using the right thing. It should be the localized name. Instead of name, it should be, you know, localized display name. Dot get localized string. You can pass in the parameters. Arguments, right? I wish I could actually see what it was asking for. But like you can put in the count there, right? That's probably how you do it. Is not the. Okay, returns the localized string for the unit. Right. And then if I'm looking at count, hello, right? Okay, so then if this is coming in, I think this is what they were saying. Yeah, 0 dot name and 0 dot city, or you could just be 0 if it's the item, right? Okay. You can access any value that is not at index. Okay. But how do I do the? Wait, this is the format. Okay, so this is how I have to write it. To use a specific formatter specifies the formatter name. You don't specify name. Formatter is chosen based on the context. For example, the plural formatter contains 3 names, plural, p, and this. This means the plural formatter can be explicitly used with names plural or p when no name is specified or so if the 0 argument is plural, then they just do that. Otherwise, they do that. Okay, so let's see. If I go like this, but actually in this case, I don't really want to do the number because I might not actually be doing the number in every case. I just kind of want to go this, I think. I think that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And then I just do the same format for everything, right? So sedatives and then sedative. Let's just do it for wires in this localization thing. I'm sure once I do it a couple more times, like a couple of these things, it'll make more sense. But effectively, what they're just making it do is that you don't have to then define. If I set this up correctly, you won't have to each time like go and make 2 different little keys for both of these things. So they'll just work with the thing that they do. I haven't made one for electric component yet. Okay, so then consumables, let's just actually make sure that they actually have sedatives. No, this is bandages. Bandages. And then sedative. Sedatives. Okay, and then yeah, and then so let's add scrap metal. Now, scrap metal is unique in that it's actually kind of the same for both, right? Scrap metal, like 5 scrap metal or 1 scrap metal. So you actually just do this. But these ones have to be smart. Or actually, so debug. How does that work? Okay. Selector 0. I think that's what I want. And then scrap metal. And then electric component. And then this one actually does need the formatting. So I go this, I copy this, I paste that, and then electric components. And it should be smart. Okay. And then I can go electric component. Then upgrades. And I got so many of the upgrades. Let's just see if that so far works. I think I need to. They said I needed to go to like addressables. Addressables. There was a thing in the quick start guide. The very bottom was custom. No. No, this is not the quick start guide. Quick start with variants. Okay, so then at the very bottom here. All right, safe drive home, Kazest. We'll see if it works in a moment. Okay. Addressable groups. Okay. So that's what I need to do. Windows, asset managers, addressable groups. Build, default build script. Sure. All right. Let's see if this works. I really hope it does. Wow. It usually takes a while. Do I need to? I hope I don't need to do this each time. In the player. Oh, okay. So I probably don't need to do this just to gain access to it. Holy, that's a... It's a time-consuming thing. Doing that. Ugh. Come on. You can do it, Unity. Believe in you. Why does this completing of a domain take so long to do? One would think it's not that much, but guess people have said otherwise. Hey, Maddie, you want to come up and say hello? Good girl. Like, is it actually doing things? It's really working hard to clean this domain. Well, hey Fox Hollow, have you seen my still around? I don't know if you are. But have you seen my trailer? I don't know. I'm just figuring out. Let's do something while this thing decides that it's gonna do this. We'll just play a trailer. 'Cause why not? Yeah, it's my trailer. Is it still doing it? Come on. This is getting silly, Unity. You're being silly, Unity. Come on. I don't know why. Like you can build the game faster than you just did this. This is unreasonable. You're being unreasonable. I just quit it. I feel like it's just. It's okay, girly. Ah. How does one? I guess I just need to like. Because I think it's just frozen on this. Just decided it was gonna die. Yeah, so I'm just thinking about this, like how I want to structure these things, and I think I want to do it like this because I think it makes more sense. Of course, now I need to figure out how do I. I guess I do not a smart string of this, and then I have 0, and then I have 1, and that's how I do that one. It's probably how you doing. Carly, why are you so sad? I'm sad because you won't give me treats. That's probably why. Uh, good girl. So I could probably define a localized string that handles the format part and does something like that. So there's the in here where they're talking about search filters, pseudo localization. I will pet the doggo. Doggo be petted. She's such a good doggo. She's pining for treats. I feel like it must be in smart filters. Is this working again? Guess I can give her some more treats too. More treats, Betty. Oh. What a good girlie. let's just open up the localization tables again. Sweet, I didn't lose those. They're all still here. And so I think in the context of this interaction text, basically, I would want to have, actually, I don't want to make this an entry. I would call it in this one, it would be in core game. And it'll be pick up text and my assumption is that it should look something like 0 and 1. And then I make a private static localized. I need to use dot localization. Localized string here. And I'll just call this pick up format. All right, I should make sure I play my music again. And then that will equal new localized string. And they actually have some. So there's the table reference and then there's the entry reference. So the table reference is core game. And then the entry reference is, oh god, is what I just wrote in here. Got text. Now I guess, because they were all about before, in the scripting section, I think it was defined, right? Localized string. They wanted to do this, it needs to update it, yeah. Which I guess makes sense instead of having to go call this, right? But I mean, in this case it matters because it's a different value each time, but although I guess when this thing gets created, I could generate them here, right? It sets the item data. We could actually set all this thing statically. Or not statically, but like kind of at one time. So for example, yeah, okay, so let me just think about this here for a second. We basically would have to have a public Not public. Oh, I guess it would have to be. No, it could be protected or private. Private. Void on localization changed. Just to check again. What does actually send a string? Doesn't really matter because we're going to be having two different ones, so I'm not going to be caring too much about that. I guess I do actually care about that. Okay, well, actually, no. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to have two strings. So this, which actually should have a underscore. And then a private. Private what? String underscore pick up format localized. Do I want to have to deal with this, or could I could just say like, hey, you can only change settings in the game, and you have to in the main menu or something, and then you have to like reload the game. So I can deal with all these like random like at runtime changes. Because if I do that, then I could just do something like private interaction, a private string interaction text equals I just won't set it to anything yet, and then actually I guess I need to go that. And then when we set the thing here, we go item pickup dot interaction text equals string dot format and we do this guy dot get localized string. We don't do anything for that, and then we go comma item instance dot count comma item instance dot this. Right. Dot. Like, I mean, in this case, I could just actually, instead of doing that, I could just reference item. Be quicker. Okay. So then we can, instead of saying this, each time we try to interact with it, you just do interaction text. Hello, Mansarin. How's it going? Happy, at least it's Friday for me. It might be, it's probably Saturday for you, isn't it? Or it's almost Saturday, I guess. Remothered broken porcelain. All right, that's an interesting name of a title. So I'm assuming you finished your the Goofy dialogue game. Can't remember what it's called. Still Friday for now. Good stuff. I'm dealing with localization, so that's fun. I'm just trying to create something that starts the process here. Rabbit hole, yeah. Yes, completed and putting on the list. Best janky game. Yeah, well, just like the initial, the system to handle it. That's what I'm trying to work on right now. Is so that like, the thing you don't want to do is make the whole game and then realize like, oh, well, I want to localize it, and then you have to go out and change every single thing you do to be able to handle that. Because then that takes way more time than if I just gonna set it up initially. So I'm just trying to set it up so that I have everything going through the system when I make something. It's not necessarily going to work, right? It's not going to like do other languages right now, but it's going to at least have this whole thing in a way that I can make it work. So I'm just going through these and just adding the values. Enhanced metabolism. Should have made this. And then this is artificial willpower. Yeah, because again, I just don't want to have to come through this later and realize that I should have added it way earlier, and I'd have a lot more work to do if I didn't do it. Earlier. So it's a little bit of annoyingness now, but it's going to be way less annoying later on when way less annoying than if I had to do it later on, because adding all these at the tail end of this would not be fun. Let's just add new entry. Just make sure there's no spaces. I don't know if that's actually a limitation or not, but I'm just making it logical there. All right, so then I've hypothetically added the name for all of these. So now I just need to check. I want to see if this way I've set this up works, so that when I look at an item to pick up, it should be able to tell me the name of things. Okay, play. Okay. Let's load game. Let's see. Two times wires. Okay. 3 times wires. 3 times wires. Come on, is there... Nothing's gonna be there, but I mean... Oh, crap. Road open twice. One time. One bandage. Oh my god. Whew. Well, that was cool. You just walked right by me. All right. But actually that works. Sweet. Now, actually, what I'm thinking... So... I'm just thinking more about the... Pick up this. And I'm wondering if I can make that into a smart string. Where if this is 0, I just do this. Otherwise, I do both of them. But right, then this one wouldn't actually know enough. Let me just... Can I... Smart strings. I want to like nest start strings basically, which I'm not sure how to format that. Nesting, okay. So there's a person class, there's an address, there's an age. Okay. Yeah. So this is a different formatter. Interesting, okay. But you can put in information. In. Oh, sorry, I was so focused on this scripting stuff. The wife's still doing good. She's 2 days past due, so at any moment she could potentially text me and say, "Hey, it's time to go." But you know, if she doesn't, we get to stream and do this localization stuff. So otherwise, doing pretty good. And then bandage equals life. Yes, it equals health. I'm just trying to figure out, can I chain formats? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Right, so this is 0. And then they're saying this or this. But yeah, no worries. Glad to have you around. Let's just Google search some Unity localization. Oh, I guess okay. I know how to do this. Okay, so what I would do is instead of calling this here, I would get the string. So string display name equals this. I would do that, and then I would, instead of doing it in string format, I would do this. Just be calling that. I think that should work, because then I can do smart. Again, I have, yes, you do something like this. And then instead of this, you would just, so if it's 1, I would, if 0 is non-plural, we would just do 1. Otherwise, we do this. Or I guess in this case, they say this. Maybe not the extra space. Let's see how that works. Yeah. Because it should say, if there's just one of them, it should say pick up bandage, right? And then if there's more than one, it would be pick up 2 times wires or something like that. Let's see. See how lucky we are. That cannot be null. Huh. Okay. Cannot parse 1. Hmm. I wonder if I need to... in here, do the P thing. See how that works. Kind of expected to give the same error, but yeah. No suitable formatter can be found at 13. Because let's just throw a debug here. Yeah, so it's not liking the one. I'm not sure how else I'm supposed to. Wait, is this even before? No, this is on that line, I thought. The heck? They're not like compile. Oh, I didn't compile the other changes, so that might be why. Yeah, because the old one wasn't. All right. Load game. All right, so it is this. Steve's right in there though, so let's just leave him for a second. So why do I I feel like I have no volume? There we go. Just gonna wait for Steve to go away from there. Wait, what? He's not supposed to be smashing. So specifically Steve knows. Alright, he doesn't smash when running through, but he does still smash like doors periodically. That's probably fine. He's coming after me. See ya, Steve. 4 times wires. 4 times scrap metal. Wires. Wires. metal. Okay, hopefully. One, pick up bandage. Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh man, that's so wonderful. That's so cool how it works. All right. So, now, what I need to do is I'll eventually obviously need to do the description, but what I want to first do, I'm going to find all references of the old value, and then I'm going to replace those. Right, okay, so I need to add another little thing here. Okay, so let's go and just replace this in pickup text. So then instead, I'm gonna do a need text. I might need to say format here. But whatever. It's fine. Probably not to say that. Okay, so this one I can probably just make it runtime. So let's public. Although yeah, because I won't have the missing item at runtime anyways. Public or private. Go. Just copy this whole line. Actually, don't cut it though. Just copy it. Ah. I copied the empty line. Okay. Need item format. And right, we need to go using Unity engine.localization. Little dancing hat thingies. It's very cute. Okay, and then so when we do this, in a similar format as this, right, we get the display name. String display. Let's say to display. We'll eventually plug that in here, but we need to first flip this. And missing item is the new item here. Okay, so it's lowercase item data and lowercase c. Okay. And then we plug in to display. Okay. Then over here we write need, and then we in these things again, basically just do the same thing here. Because if it's 1, it'll just say need like electric component. Otherwise, it'll say need 5 times wires or something. Then just need to, in here, instead of say pickup text, we say need text. Neato. Once you get going, that's actually not that hard to implement. Right, and then yeah, there's a few. Okay, so for the other ones, where we're just displaying the name, I kind of feel like this is a situation where I kind of just want to get it once when we initialize it, the item data. And so what I want to do is write an protected void on awake. I think these things there have an awake. I have it set here. So I still need both of them, because this one handles the formatting, but this one will just be like a one-time call. What we're going to go is a localized display name dot on is value changed or string changed? String changed plus equals we'll set display name to be equal to yes. Now I want to know, according to that scripting section, do you actually need to call this once though? Like, just does display name automatically get called when I subscribe? I wouldn't assume so. Come on, following events will trigger an update. First time the action is added to the event. Okay. Unity engine localization settings. String is currently using a Unity engine along with smart format. The first localized string change on the loading operation. Okay, cool. That's awesome. So yeah, just doing this will enable it. I probably do need to like... So item data is persistent. So I don't actually need to unsubscribe, I think. But I can just do... for... I don't want to change localized description yet. Or description here. Because I haven't set localized description. So, fine. Okay, I won't do that yet. That basically handles the name. Did I handle... I don't think I actually handled though all the... Let's check. No, I did. Okay. So I've added all my items into here. Ooh. All right. I wonder if I should make a different table though for descriptions, just to make it a little bit simpler to sort through. Or should I just make it in the same thing? I guess if I made it in the same thing, I would just sort by key and then add description, right? Yeah, that's probably better. Okay, so let's go through these again. And then I basically need to go Add new entry. Oh god, where's this new entry? That's kind of annoying to deal with though. It doesn't like scroll to it. So then entry will be bandages description, and then we will then set that heals a bit of damage. Oh, finally had some time to get on Twitch. Been real busy. Glad you're healthy and all. Thanks, Red Echo. How are you doing? How's it going? I am making localization. So that's always fun. Busy as fuck. I wonder if I can hook this up nicely. Because right now I have to just say heals a bit of damage, which is not very informative. But if I could say heal amount, that would be cooler. I'm not necessarily making other languages. I'm just making the initial setup. Because what I don't want to have to do is like I made 100 items, and then I don't want to have to go and fix them so that they can be localized later. I'm just making it so that they can be localized, and I have the system in place to do that with all the code and everything. So as I'm making new items, I just handle the localization for them, and then in English, and then eventually I add other languages, right? But for now, I just want to have it working for one language, for English, but just making it so that it will be easy to add later, essentially. That's essentially what's happening. So Unity actually has a package called localization, which I'm using right now. Just import it, and so they have this big table thing that you can use. And they got some really cool things where you can like set it up so that you can actually have plural support. So if the number coming into here when you set it up is it greater than 1, it'll do the sedatives. Otherwise, it'll do sedative if it's 1. It's really cool. So those are very valuable little tweaks. I'm just trying to figure out if I take my description here, how would I want to do it so that it would handle yeah, it's very nice. Just thinking if I want maybe the description to be able to be overridden as a format, because then I can, per type of item, actually put some unique kind of plugging of values in there, which would be really useful for things like sedatives and things like health. And I think it would be probably in my best interest to try to do something like that. But how would I want to do that? How would I... So you have this reference. Can you, like, plug in arguments? Wait, what? Oh, you resubbed. Sweet. It's awesome. Wait, but let's see. Okay, I guess I'm confused by the sub goal because I guess it's the sub goal of like I've had 10 subs total. I just only have 7 right now. But that's awesome. Thank you. All right, so you can set arguments. Ooh, the problem with that. So you can set arguments, which actually is kind of cool in that you can kind of supply in values. But it does open the issue that item data now is no longer a static value in kind of some sense. Because if certain things change, it won't necessarily be correct. But I can just like go to the other ones and go add some arguments and then go refresh. And that should actually work. Well, let's try it and see if that actually works. So bandages. So instead of heals a bit of damage, say let's heals. We'll do that. And then what we can do with go to health consumable. Go override. Item data, this should be public, protected, virtual. On override awake. And then we go and say item what is it? What is it called again? Localized description. Yeah, there's definitely more options to do more languages. I just haven't done it. What does add do? Oh, so you can just add them by name. Interesting. So I could go heal amount, and then but I assume that doesn't quite work. It is not a so I variable. So if I make like a private here, private, let's go using Unity engine dot localization. They do have documentation. I just like to fool around with it. I've been reading it. It's here. This is the stuff. I variable. So, is this like can I go int variable? Right. Okay. So underscore heal amount variable equals I guess new int variable. And so then I'll set that, but then I guess I have to go and do dot value equals heal amount. And I basically take this, and instead of this, I do that. So if we compile, this does open the door for me having to, like, at some point, like if I have a system that increases the amount of heal you get, I'll have to adjust this variable somehow, but that's fine. Let's just see if that works. But I guess first, to see if it works, I would need to start using this instead of other things. So, where are the two spaces I reference this? In store screen or item instance? Well, let's go localize description get string for now, or know what I'll do. This is a property now, so I should rename it to be property. But then also, we'll just make the description property and we'll set localized description dot string changed plus equals basically this, but we will set description instead of that. And then in where I was doing this before, we'll just do this. Oh, thank you for the cheer. I am slowly getting this, yeah. I think the system is pretty cool once you actually start getting into it. So item instance, and then the other use case of this was in the store. So I'm just gonna replace that as well Where were you? Over here. Description. Okay. So if you add more variables holding text, you would have to remember to add them. Well, it would just be the formatting, right? So if you'd add a variable called, where's the one that I've done, right? Heal amount, right? I've added a variable called heal amount, and so that's how it formats that one. If you added another variable, you'd have to put that in the format so that it replaces the other variable with this text, right? That's kind of how it works, I think. Yeah, it's just a key to get replaced. Do I have a bandage? I do, actually. And nothing's showing, though. So, that's not a good sign. So does awake not get called? Maybe I should do this on enable. Okay, let's just, I guess, first check awake. And this might be a situation, maybe I do need to go on enable, because it might only get awoken. Should use unsubscribe from... Yeah, but I don't want to... No, Steve found me. Let's just pause there for a sec. So I don't think I can clear this. I can't go equals null, right? They don't allow me to, yeah. I guess, okay, so I can do... I'm gonna have to change this one to be on enable. And then base on enable. And then what we'll need to do is set in on disable. The annoying thing here is we're gonna have to actually create an actual function. I wonder if I can introduce local. Set display name. Will that work? No? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Basically, I need to make a little private void set display name. Oh, Manny girl. Ready for treat number 2? Bloop. Bloop. Good girl. So then we just need to do this value. Because I need to be able to unsubscribe to it. So basically, I just need to be able to do this here. And then in the disable, we go a minus equals. And then we do something similar for set description. It's description not value, and then we copy this and we subscribe to that, and then we unsubscribe down here. Now, I'm not sure. Do I want maybe this? I don't know if you want to have happen multiple times. So I don't know what happens if you add the same key value twice. Does it have like a localized description dot contains key? Okay, yeah, there we go. So we'll go, if we don't contain the key, we will add it. There we go. My wrist twitched or the dog twitched? Oh, the dog, yeah. She was wanting some Tritos. I just gave her some treats, though. Maddie. Ah. What a cutie. Okay. Let's see if this... Load game. Yeah. Okay, so the Y, at least the names they're now showing, but the description isn't. So why is that? Okay. Great. Right. Sometimes I do envy the little doggos. They have a relatively simpler life, but then from their perspective, they might not think so. Like looking forward to the next treat probably be a magnitude comparable to like a human expecting the next paycheck. Could be a really big deal. Yeah. The way they go crazy for it, yeah, you could definitely think that. It's a very interesting perspective. I'm just wondering, okay, so in item instance, I just want to know. I assume, yeah, these. Oh, wait. Okay. So now specifically, I want to find bandages. I don't care about wires. Bandages. Okay. Doesn't have anything. Interesting. So I got bandages, but it didn't get description. Oh, wait, I don't think I ever said it. Dance of encouragement on the way. Very cute. Oh, those are your actual emotes. Those are awesome. Magic dance. All right. I know why it's not working. In here. Oh, no, not in here. In bandages, I never set the description to actually reference this. So that would do it. Bandages description. Okay. So now all I got to do is probably reload. Or maybe not. Maybe. Okay. I don't know. So heal amount of damage. So it didn't get supplemented in. Why is that? I have my health consumable. Oh wait, if it doesn't contain the key, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, okay, that's why that was why I wasn't good. You need doggos dancing. All right, have a good stream. It's a good one. Hopefully the what was it, the remothered porcelain thing, broken porcelain, is not as bad as you're kind of dreading. I don't know, or maybe you're dreading it because it was going to be scary. I don't know. Whatever it is, hope it's good, and I'll see you around. Thanks again for the juice. It's very kind of you. All right, load game. Nope, still didn't show up. That's weird. That it never gets called. Double therapy. Math is therapy and your stream is therapeutic. No, thank you for thinking is therapeutic. I don't know exactly why it's therapeutic, but I guess it is. Why are you not? Oh, I'm not attached to Unity. That's why this isn't happening. Okay. Okay, so we have here some values. It contains the key already. Variables lookup. Heal amount. Heal amount int variable. Okay. What was that? Oh. Cat just walked down my driveway. How dare you, cat? It's my driveway. You can't just walk across it. How the daring of these cats, man. I just don't know whose driveway it is. Then I get a little notification saying that it is walking across. Silly cats. Okay. So heal amount. So it's adding the heal amount variable, but it's not being able to reference it. It's basically after this, if I go back to item data, this should get called, right? Or has that already happened? It's already happened. Damn. Description. Heal amount value. Yeah, so it doesn't even... This is just the value that comes down at it. Okay. Even though the localized description. Can I like look at this? The variable lookup, which is heal amount. Current string changed value. Values 10. Keys heal amount. All right. So am I just not like putting the value in correctly? Smart strings. It's my driveway, man. I don't know if you probably weren't around when I was talking about this, but we had somebody walk down the entirety of my driveway, which is like a good like 40 feet. Like it's a long distance of my driveway. And then they stole a bike that was an old bike. We didn't really care about the bike that much, but like the fact that they would just walk down the entire driveway that's like against my house, grab this bike and drive off with it. The audacity, man. And it was like 2:30 in the afternoon. Like it wasn't late or anything. It was just like in the middle of the day. Just walk down my driveway, steal my bike, leave. It's crazy. Localized property variables. Yeah, landmines. Yeah, that's what you need, I guess. So there's these variables. Oh, do you have to? No, so I'm already encapsulating them in a square bracket with heal amount. I'm just trying to figure out. Persistent variable source. Local variables let you set up. Global variables. That's cool. You configure the persistent variable source with multiple global variables to pull data from an external source and convert it to a smart string without requiring any additional arguments. Ooh. When the value of a global variable change, you can configure it to automatically update any local strings that you currently use it. Access global variables by using dot notation inside the placeholder with the following structure. Group name, okay. Or nested group name, variable name, okay. Variable groups asset. Interesting. Create a variable group, 3 assets member, you can assign them. Hold on. And then you drag that into a global thing, and then you can access all of those. That is so cool, honestly. To have like global settings like that. Obviously, I don't know how many of those I'd have, but that is still really cool. So you can actually so you can define in an asset a bunch of global variables that you can then in your string you can just go like global my value or my string, right? And it'll automatically fill that in when it processes it. So if you change this, you can actually then reference this in your script and change it, and then it'll automatically change here too. So it's like really good in a situation like an RPG, right, where you like set your player name, right? So you'd have global dot player name, and so everywhere you'd reference the player name, you'd just reference that instead. I'm not sure if I need it, but for most things. But I'm just trying to figure out the other thing that I'm trying to. Grab. Is my variable, changed. Okay. So the main thing though I want to do is I even have ways of doing like L and L and stuff like that. Use provide nested translations. Okay, yeah, so but you put them in here rather than supplying them in script, and that's what I want to try to figure out. If I go to localized strings, though, again, so the thing that I'm trying to do is I add in health consumable, I add a key to heal amount, right? So the variable localization description dot add. It's the kind of thing that I want to be looking up and seeing why that's not working. But it's probably in, I would assume it's probably in localized reference. Is empty, local override. Table entry. Reference methods. Force update, set a reference. No? Okay, maybe it is in string. Extractors, count. Add a new local variable to use during formatting. Okay. So you make a new local listing. You add a variable. All right. Yeah, but it's basically it's saying it is a local variable. Same step. I was trying to type that in my calculator. You're trying to figure out a recursive formula for arriving at the cube root of a non-perfect cube. Cube root. Right, so the thing that if you multiply it by itself 2 times would equal this number of a non-perfect cube. Wait, but then, so you're meaning like it has a different x and a different y and a different z, but then there's so many different options. I don't know, whatever you're doing is crazy. Oh, but 9 isn't. Yeah, okay. Oh, that, okay. So it's still all the same sides, but um uh yeah, I don't know. That's why they're probably very expensive functions to figure out. Okay, so if I go back, um, wait. Did I do a stupid? I might have done a stupid. Where are you? I did a stupid. I did a very stupid. Yep. I did a stupid. I just didn't make it smart. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. 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 Now, load game. Deals 10 damage. Huh. Fancy. Okay. Okay. So at least did that, and then I can do the same thing kind of for sedatives. It's the, okay. Smart. That needs to be smart. Okay. Just hoping I could like copy this and then just make a new one, but all right. And organize the key. Okay, so sedatives. Add a new entry. Description. It's gonna be a smart description. We're just gonna put that in right there, right away. We're gonna say reduce stress by reduction amount. And then we're going to go to stress reducing consumable. And then we're going to do the same thing as we did basically here. We're just going to copy this. We're going to lock that over there. We're going to go reduction amount instead of heal amount. And then we're going to go, I guess I need to copy this variable. And I guess it needs to be a float variable now. Float a variable. Engine dot localization. Okay, and then this just needs to be okay. Sweet. Reduced by that, and then in sedatives, we set that to be description. There we go. Okay. Now we go back to resources. Consumables. So now I've done both of these. Okay. Now let's go to junk. Yeah, it's gonna complain because this is not yet a variable, but it will be soon enough. Okay. Select your component. Guess yeah, just go new entry. Electric component description. And then we paste that in. It doesn't need to be perfect there, but then we just change this to component description, and then we're good. Then scrap metal. There we go. Nice, I can just grab that. New entry. Scrap metal description. And then you know what I'm thinking is I was wondering if whether or not I should be making like a different thing besides scrap metal and wires, but that's not really, I guess, for now. Because it's kind of weird that I have like medical things that need scrap metal wires, but I guess they're kind of all right, whatever. Anyways, go scrap metal description. Now let's do wires, add new entry. Go to wires. I don't know if I should be so jokey about my descriptions, but I don't know, I can't help it. Then wires description, upgrades. All right. And so for these things, I think as well, I can probably be doing something. I mean, I think these ones probably don't matter, but the stress upgrades probably do. Yeah. Yeah, so I think I'll probably put something in stress thing here. So in this guy, I have a modifier value. So it's going to be kind of like this, where I need a float value. So let's just copy that over. Using Unity engine dot localization. I should understand float variable soon enough. Then in here, copy that. We're gonna go paste that over here. Do this. I call it modifier value. Modifier value. And we're gonna put in modifier value. Okay. It's just, it hates it because it at first doesn't know what it is, but it really does. It speaks silly. Now, I think that's all I have to do on this side. So I just need to compile here. Really? I don't understand. Oh, it needs this. Okay. Fine. Be like that. Okay. Were you saying that this was a typo? It was just that I wasn't having the right usings. I guess that's what I was doing. Or did I make another typo? Plugin editor? Oh, wires description. A clump of wires, always useful for something. Wires description. Description. Useful. Oh, okay. This is why I need people to be watching this. I really looked at it. I was like, yeah, it's fine. I don't know what's going on. There's nothing wrong with this. I don't know what you mean. But let's just add all of these first. So there's permission system upgrade, which need to go again to resources and upgrades. System upgrade. I didn't write it in correctly, I think. Description. Okay, and then add this, and then we'll do the unlock next. Description. Then we'll go to the unlock. We do this. Yeah, okay, I think I see this one. I mean, you'll have to compete with Karazest for that. Unlocks the ability to save previously, oh my god. Previously done Morse code actions and redo them with a single button click. Okay. Okay. And then just need to set this one to unlock description. And then now I get to do these ones. So okay. Increase. I mean, my flaws are pretty obvious at this point, is spelling. I'm not good at it. So this is... What is this, though? It was mental toughness. Mental toughness. Description. And then, so this is I go modifier value, and then I remember it's a smart value now. Right? Okay. Modifier value. Yes. Good. Okay. Now, in one of these, I'm going to have to convert it a little bit. So I think if I go back to this, so smart values, you can... Localize, control, formatting. Yeah, so I should be able to go and do that. So we'll see. So for this one, it's fine because it's just a number. So, actually, 1 second. For if it's negative, this one, or positive incoming flat stress modifier. So hey, Garzest. You have competition for best spell checker now. Red Echo's giving you a run for your money. You guys can compete. Who gets the who has the most spell checks per stream? But okay, so float value equals this. No, equals and then I need to do something with if the type if modifier type equals type dot positive incoming flat modifier. Now, this is the only one I know of. I think the other positive actually probably does too. I only got one though, right? Because I've max stress up this one and improved pills. So if it's positive incoming yeah, so in this case I'm going to take value and I'm just going to make equal it to negative value, and that's what I give it. I might need to change those for other ones, but for now this should be good. I yield to have enough numbers and characters to look at my own screen. So I sympathize with Reddick. I'm gonna fight. I don't know, guys. I just like I'm not very like it's just who I am. Okay, I can't help myself. So artificial willpower I'm gonna do first, I guess. So that's the flat incoming stress. So we're gonna take this. Second, are we feeling? it is very helpful to me to not have so many spelling mistakes. Modifier value. Okay, so reduce any incoming stress by modifier value. And then this is going to be the artificial willpower. Description. Okay. Reduce any incoming stress by modifier value. Improved pills. So this is the next one that I want to do. Enhanced metabolism is what I call it. Okay. Description. And this is going to be the fun one. So I think what I can do here is I can go modifier value. And I should be able to go this P. And that should convert it into a percentage. We shall see. But it should. And all these need to be smart. Okay. And then again, select enhance metabolism. This one, I didn't do this one. Increase mental toughness. Description. All right, I've now added descriptions localized for all of my consumables, all of my items. So now what I can do is I can say item data description, you're no longer needed. Woot woot. Okay, sweet. Did my music stop? My music stopped. How dare you? All right. Hello, is it Kog? Is that how you say it again? I can't remember. But good morning. Do I want to bother with localized sprite yet? I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna need a sprite that is like localized. They're all gonna be like kind of generic icons. I feel like I can get away with not having to do that. So I'm gonna try to get away with not having to do that. Yeah, I managed to localize them all. Yeah, I actually want to show you this, because so this is pretty cool how the system works. Because it can dynamically handle whatchamacallit? Plurals. So if I go to here, now Steve might ruin this, but you see, so there's wires. Scrap metal obviously doesn't have the plural because it's scrap metal. Steve, don't kill me. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. But now, like, if there's just one bandage, I can say pick up bandage. So instead of, you know, pick up 5 scrap metal, it says pick up bandage. Just one of them. But when there's more, it actually just handles that. Really cool. So everything's like properly working in that way. Okay, and so the other thing I need to do now though is oh, I don't have cheats on right now, do I? I'm only in like level 2 though, I think, right? So I just need to Okay, Steve. Yeah. Okay, sprint. Did I tell you, were you here when I added sprint, Karazest? Because I added sprinting. Wee. Oh yeah, well I have to fix that. Okay, well it's just that's just one thing at a time, guys. Come on. So I can buy mental toughness, increase max stress by 20, and then I get reduce any incoming stress by -1. Yeah. I thought changed it so it would, but I don't know, maybe. And then increase max stress reduction by 50%. So it's kind of weird that it goes to the 0, 0. Maybe I can do localization tables. E0? Oh, E0. I don't know if that automatically updates, does it? No. Save here. Load. Yeah. 50%. Nice. Yeah, okay, so the picked up, that's because in here, I think when I made core game. All right, so actually when I pick it up, you're paid in entertainment, okay? That should be enough for you guys. So where is that? That's in item pickup. Picked up here. Okay, so this is the thing I need to change. So we will make a new one called picked up text. And we'll call it picked up this. I think that's, yeah, basically, yeah, okay. And then I need to do something similar to here. Go picked up format and then picked. Oh yeah, the fake doggo. Real doggo is here. She's just. Oh, I was like, let me open this up so I can actually show you guys. Cute doggo. Yeah. There we go. Doggo has been fed. Might have to speak to the union. Picked up format. Okay. And then basically just get this. Put this in here. And then we go string formatted text. Here we go, item instance, and then item count. Then we go this with picked up format. And then we paste this in here. Happy to be a slave now that I've seen Doggo. Where do I refute union measurement? Yes, Karazest. Yes, refuse the unions. They ruin everything, you know? You should be happy to be a dog slave. A slave for Doggo images, you know? I guess you're not even a slave then. You're getting paid. See? You're getting paid in form of Doggo visuals. Yeah, that's our payment structure here at Risky Biscuit Games is payment in Doggo visuals. There we go. I even brought Doggo back up here. Aren't I a generous employer? I'm so generous. Please, whatever employment bureaus exist in Canada, don't listen to this. Don't listen to this at all. It's all jokes. Okay. Picked up format, display name, okay. So that now should all be hooked up. Picked up that. Cool. So now that's added too. Alrighty. Yeah, the only other thing was whether or not I wanted to fix this one. Because I thought for upgrades. Okay, so flat. Positive incoming stress. It is -1. But I made it so that in the stress system upgrade, if it's positive incoming flash stress modifier, it should invert the value that it sets here. Was that maybe just not recompiled? Clip for future blackmail opportunities. I already clipped it myself, but I mean, if you want a clip, go ahead. I need more clips. Risky dystopian capitalistic world. We need every leverage we can get. Hey, guys. You knew the agreement when you came in here. I don't think I ever promised you anything, except for a good time, fun times, and spell checking. That was the agreement. You get to have a chuckle every single time I make a spelling mistake, and then you get to point it out to me, and then it's just a little equal exchange here, okay? I think that's perfectly fair. Okay. Yeah, it's still only saying by -1. This is positive incoming stress flat modifier. Why doesn't this happen? I think I need to like reboot it. But I've recompiled. Value is -1. So now value is 1. Value should be 1. Okay. So yeah, the value is 1. Okay. Good. Good. I'm glad we've decided that the value is 1. Now load game. Did I like it? Why? String table items. Reduce any incoming stress by modified by. Just wants to be like that, eh? Okay. Let's see how it is. The only other possible reason is because it could be like getting the description beforehand, but I guess it doesn't matter too much, but it's just kind of weird that it's. It should be well enough interpreted. I think that's probably okay, but it's just weird. I mean, to a degree, you probably already are, you know, like. You work and then you go buy entertainment, right? Honest economic system. Hedonistic is the actual right word. Okay. Spin. All right. Spin. I made this whole like beginning section a lot better, I think. I still like there's something about these screens that doesn't quite feel screen-like to me. But I can't put my finger on it. But the screens? Is that what you're talking about? Like there's just something not quite right. So I added a little thing that like will just randomly at points play random noises. So when you hear that little thunk, that's what that is. Just to freak you out even more. I probably shouldn't have it play in this world, but I can change that. I'm pretty happy though. Like I got all the items localized. That's the biggest thing to get done, and then I just need to move you here. The other ones I can kind of do piecemeal as they come, but just having those localized and it actually changes something, right? Actually having the plurals working as they should. That's pretty cool. Yeah. No. Was that when he was playing my game? Or just like generally he freaked out? Crap, I think I went to the wrong scene. There we go. I still need to actually like watch that VOD of him playing it. I just haven't had any time. Confirm. Load game. Well, that would be hilarious. Okay. You know, for like 5 more minutes, I just want to see, like, is there something I can do here? I wish I could also... There we go. Something I could do to these screens to make them just feel more screen-like. Like, part of it, I was wondering whether or not I should be having, like, no, actually, it wasn't lighting. It was... it wasn't glow, I don't think, because... No. No, it wasn't that. Because there was like a global illumination thingy, but extra settings. Just like having them kind of like jitter maybe a little bit. Oh, goddamn. Just need to have something that I can get out of moving. Guys, now. Okay. Okay. There you go. Of course, now I've unselected that screen display. Or like flicker the text a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking like that might be something. It's basically a bunch of lines, right, that come over across the screen, right? Just want to know. I don't know if I have anything currently that would be good, but let's see. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Yeah, I can imagine having something that would be more screeny would be better. It's like these are the other screens, but I feel like they didn't really do a great job either. If I like swap this one out, for example, for this, and then actually gave them the on one. Damn it. Right, like this is kind of like what they have default, but again, yeah, it just doesn't feel like there's anything there that really makes it feel like it's on. So yeah, probably some sort of like line screen filter thing that blends it or something. I'll have to find something like that. I wonder as well if it's just maybe partly that it's like this feels too bright. But maybe I did that and then I did the text so that it was maybe like a bit darker as well. I don't know. The gray color. Wait, sorry, which one looked cool? I wonder as well if I should just do like darker. I think maybe the blue was actually making it look worse. I think the grayer, darker gray looks better. Sure. I just wonder maybe it's the part of the font. Okay, that looks horrible. Why does it look worse when I take off the glow? What is... Is it because I did softness or something? Or dilate? I don't know what I did. That it's like a color. I don't know. Maybe I need to toy around with that. Make a... Oh, wait, what? No, wrong thing. Might be like a font thing as well. So I bring softness back. I guess see that kind of the blurriness makes it look a little bit more, maybe not too much, but I think part of it, yeah, is the font. I just want to check. Screen display. Yeah, it's screen text. Okay. So I might play around with having a different font. I can't remember what any of these look like. That didn't actually make a change. Wonder if I'd like to reload that. Huh. So yeah, that didn't change it at all. Oh, I'm changing the wrong one now. This one. This one's already screen texture. But I wonder if I should have done the left. This one. The light. If I went screen text again. I went line. I'm not sure why it's not adjusting already, but I want everything to be light. um, huh. It's definitely not changing. Maybe I have to reload or something. Nope. What if I just went to screen display, took screen text. Is that what the material's called? Yeah. Okay, well, if I go light, go duplicate this, go screen text light, and just throw in screen text light instead. I don't know if there's anything else that I really changed. I mean, I guess I changed some of the material stuff. That might have been just more on this level. Just save that and see what that looks like, though. It's gonna change the rest after. Alright, so after this, I really gotta get going. Right. I definitely think that's just a lot cleaner. It feels, yeah, it feels better. It's not quite there, but close enough. Okay. Alright. I'm happy with that. Some good improvements. Got the localization stuff in. Got all these fancy things. So, let's just see if I can raid somebody. Speaking of Justin just a while ago, let's rate him. He's doing things. All right. Again, thank you for everyone for joining. If you're here and you have not joined my Discord, please join the Discord. There's still the demo there. Although eventually I'm going to be very close to getting that Steam page. Steam page is almost there. Just need them to approve the build, and then the Steam page will be up, and you can download stuff from there. But for now, that the Discord is the only place where you can get the fancy build. If come on, is Raid Morse not working? Raid Morse. All right, fine. Okay, we don't get fancy raid message this time, I guess. Or is it? It's not Raid Morse, is it? Oh, it is that one. Okay. I just keep forgetting which one it is. Okay. It was right all along. Get a little raid message for good old Primer. So let's go raid Mr. Primer. Started the raid. Thanks again for dropping in. Karazest for 3 months subscribed. And as well for Red Echo for subscribing again. I think that's like 2 months now. But yeah, and thanks for everyone else for joining. Fox Hollow jumped in, and Man Siren was also here. I think Kog also said hello. I can't remember if there's anyone else, but if you did say hello, thank you. But yeah, we'll head on over to Primer, who's a good friend of the stream and does some cool educational content and videos and stuff. So I will see you guys over there. Bye-bye.